are in Edmonton, Alberta, here at Westchester, the Lion's Den. This is a great boxing studio with upcoming superstar Jordan. Can you tell us what we're doing here today?
Yes, today I am going through a workout with my coach. Basic fundamentals, roughly what I go through on an everyday life with him.
Awesome. So she is a world-class kickboxer and wants to make the transition over to boxing. So we are going to be going through a little bit of a boxing workout with this guy right here.
So we're just doing a basic hand wrap and prep for her, to do a workout. And we don't, it's much more intense and gauzed and everything else and just fighting in the pros. But this is just basically to get her through this workout without her sustaining any injuries to her hand.
My name is Jordan Dobie. Right now we're at Westchester Boxing in Edmonton, Alberta. Formerly competed in Muay Thai. Only had 12 amateur fights, but I managed to make the WKA Canadian national team, where I competed in Poland last October and won 2 gold medals in 2 different divisions.
Fighting is fighting, per se. But there's different sort of stances one has to take. There's from Muay Thai, the stances are different than in boxing. In boxing, squaring up is a no-no. But sometimes when in Muay Thai, you have to square up in order to grab somebody from the back of the neck and use your knees and these sort of things. So what we're doing is we're just working more on her her transfer as far as her hands go. Her elbows have to be in more than what they were when she was fighting in Muay Thai. I mean, her elbows, not her hands, but her elbows. And just the placement of her feet. The fighting part of the sport, she had that down long before she met me. That's because she had the intangible, right? The heart. And I can't teach that. And anybody who tells you they can, they're lying to you, so don't listen to them.
Started Muay Thai because I was partially scared, yet I wanted to learn how to defend myself if I needed to, if anything bad happened in my future. And it kind of grew from there, where I fell in love with the sport, and I realized that basically my entire life I've been living in the shadows, thinking that females aren't supposed to be strong or good physically. And when I was introduced to the sport of Muay Thai, I realized I'm actually a lot stronger than I originally thought I was. And it just grew into a passion, and I love it. I started training with Sterling just over a year ago, just a few days a week, because I wanted to improve my striking for Muay Thai. And in learning or in taking the boxing classes, I kind of started to fall in love with how different the sport was, Sterling's coaching style, everything. I just found I started to build a connection with him through that.
2 down. Hook. Okay. Over the right hand. Over. Bend your knees. Go. Yeah. So more. Going down here. Come back here. Kind of still going.
Okay.
Come out like this.
Down.
One top. Keep it down here. It's got to come back and up. Yeah. Cross. You're gonna roll. You're gonna roll. Hook to my body. Slide out. Cross. Okay. So jab, cross. Roll. Roll. Hook. Slide. Go. Pull. Okay. Now remember the one we did before? 1, 2, hook, cross. Okay, I'm gonna shoot my right hand, you're gonna go all the way around. All the way around.
Okay.
So we're getting to this turn now, but it's not slightly off angle turns, they're full turns. So what happens is generally this, you go jab, cross, and I get her to step over, there's the angle there, okay? So she's got her right hand, right there. But sometimes I won't turn to that. You know what I mean? I won't turn to it. I'll slide out this way. But if she goes all the way around, 1, 2, boom, all the way around, I gotta go look, find her. So as soon as I turn to her, bang, okay? And it works more times than enough. Okay? So it's always about positioning, and it's always about trying to set up your next series of offense, okay? While always maintaining a defensive mindset, okay?
I feel like every situation that we've been placed in is, you know, a test to see if we can overcome and face our fears and face adversity. And it was actually pretty terrifying to decide to make that switch to boxing. I was actually like very, very scared to do it, but I realized if you don't face your fears, you're not gonna grow in life. And so I took the leap, I took that change, and it ended up being for the better.
I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. Come on, rip it up. Come on, again. Beat up, go, come on. Let's go. 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 Rip it up. One more. And one more.
A guy who would like to, you know, become a professional athlete, and I believe that I can be really good at this, and I can go far and, you know, be great at something.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is a basic fundamental that every boxer should know, that the most important punch in boxing is the jab. So what we're gonna do is Jordan right now is gonna show you a jab. There's different types of jabs, you know, there's a double jabs, there's a single jabs, there's power jab, there's jabs that set up combinations. So we're gonna work on a few of those, okay? But remember, the jab, it'll take you to places you need to be, and it'll take you away from places you don't need to be. All right, the jab. You can throw a combination of it. Okay, now that you set it up. There you go. Pivot. Change your hand. There you go. There you go. Okay, little head movement on the other side. A lot of people are talking about that jab on the out. A lot of times what a person will do is they'll get in, they'll throw a combination, a hard combination, and they'll try to pull out with nothing on it, okay? So they're actually leaving themselves kind of vulnerable. Even if you don't land the jab on the out, you flick it out. So keep that your opponent preoccupied. So it's a quick out, okay, and you're gone, and you're gone. So when she's doing that, setting down for power like that, what she's doing, if you notice, she'll be setting the punches up, and then what they call setting for power. So what you got to do is most people try to throw power with just their arm. It has nothing to do with just your arm. It has to generate from the balls of your feet up, okay? And a lot has to do with your trunk, your hips, turning into the punch. So you set to throw power, set, turn on power. You don't just expect that to be powerful. You have to set for it. Boom, boom. And it all comes right from this part. These are just what's gonna land. Boxing's not just about coming in and hitting a bag or getting in the ring and sparring with somebody or hitting a speed bag or that type of thing. You have to condition pretty much your whole body in prep, okay, for this to happen. People think that, you know, that it's just a matter of coming in and punching things. That's so far from the truth. It's unbelievable. You know, there's so much you have to incorporate. You know, you have to understand where your feet are. You have to understand distance. You have to understand range. You have to understand, you know, where your power comes from. You have to understand, you know, the jab is the most important punch in boxing. You have to understand all these things, as well as you have to be physically fit. some people try boxing and they go in and they try to get in the ring for 3-3-minute rounds and are done. Like they can't even make it out of 1. You know, so imagine doing 12. And in the old days, 15. If it wasn't for Jordan, we wouldn't be doing this interview. I wouldn't be here. So that's so she kind of makes my she's kind of like giving me a new little lease on life. You know, you get older, you just you need something like that.
I think that every individual in life kind of they serve a purpose, and it's kind of up to us to figure out what that purpose is. And I feel like this is my purpose. I feel like I was meant to cross paths with Sterling, and I was meant to pursue boxing as a career. Like it's hard to explain to people that haven't like felt that, but like I feel like this is my purpose in life, is to do boxing. I was the shy, quiet, skinny girl, zero confidence growing up. You know, I'd always be in the corner reading a book, just off on my own, and holding myself back. In doing martial arts, I realized that like I'm a lot stronger than what I made myself to believe growing up.
Thanks so much. That was incredible. We hit the hand pads. We were doing the heavy bag. Got to see a little bit of how to get the cardio going. That was pretty impressive. And when you were hitting those pads, it was like they're a lightning and thunder cracking sound. So can you tell everybody where to find you? What's in store for you in the near future?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at jordan.dobie. I'll keep post all the updates on there when COVID kind of calms down. Hopefully get some fights and let everyone know. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for supporting me. You know, the support means so much to me.